Like I just said, we just came back off tour.
Yeah.
You know, with Fifth, and we still touring. Still. And I do my own tours too for people. Be like, oh, yo.
You see,
I do my own tours. I did tours in Canada. I did a tour across the whole Germany and the Swiss Alps. And that's why I don't care about the hate. Cause I'm like, I got the possibility to do my own tour. Like something with Memphis Bleek. Memphis Bleek said Nori. Yayo said, Jay-Z didn't have us on tour like he did, or I eat my own halal. I eat my own halal too, if you want to say that. To Memphis Bleek, I just came off my last tour. All I'm saying is when you see Jay-Z in a setting, he never really, when he's doing a Beyonce show or whatever, you don't see Memphis Bleek on the stage.
Hey, Hov don't look out for me like 50 look out for him.
Oh, word? He said that?
I just want to clear that up. Hov don't have to.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right, okay.
I'm chewing aloud on my own.
Right.
If Hov look out, I'm telling you, I'll be up there.
Right.
So when y'all see me out here, that's the Blizzle budget. But back to you, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just want to let niggas know Hov don't have to.
I'm doing the hype man shit with 50. He's bringing me out. I'm making money. I'm going to.
That's that man girl too. That's it. That's Hov's wife tour.
Yeah, that's Hov. Yeah, Hov wife tour.
So I believe if Hov was out on his own, he would bring Bleek out. There is no need for him to bring Bleek in a situation where it looked like if this was last tour you're talking about with the Cowboy Carter.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, because I look at Bleek as a loyal guy, like I'm a loyal guy to Jay. But I look at like Fifth, my guy Hervé, one day we had TRL, and it's the young Gunners there.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to him about it. And Hervé says loud, you don't gotta worry about nothing. You got 50. Jay-Z doesn't do nothing for these guys like 50 does. And Hervé, I think he worked with them too. But he said that to me, and that always stuck in my head.
Jim Jones completely lost it and went off on Tony Yayo during Memphis Bleek's own podcast. And get this, Bleek doesn't even rock with Yayo like that either. So what's really happening here? Why's Bleek got tension with Yayo, and what pushed Jim Jones to snap like that in front of everybody? This whole situation turned messy fast. Let's break down Bleek's angle first, because his story's way easier to understand.
Maserati Fox, real nigga. Huh?
The way everything that you saw, what would you change?
I just pray to God every time I leave the house.
But what would you change?
Change what?
Pass the cup. I heard you talk about all the shit you went through, all the shit niggas is still going through.
What God got planned for you is planned for you, brother. God already knows what's planned for you in life.
God planned for you to come here and spaz on y'all niggas tonight.
I spaz?
I'm just saying, it was a plan.
I mean, I do be on some Hollywood shit. Europe. I gotta stop. Something like, yo, stop talking about Europe. I don't, like, when you come here, you gotta deal with niggas.
Don't treat Vlad like that, bro. See how niggas is? See how niggas is,
nothing to do with Vlad.
He ain't treat Vlad like this. He ain't treat Vlad like this.
Memphis Bleek's been loyal to Jay-Z from day one. That's family right there. Loyalty through and through. But Yayo, he's been tossing shade at Jay for years. Always got something slick to say. Ever since those early days, that tension's been brewing. And when Yayo pulled up on Shannon Sharp's show, he didn't hold back one bit.
He spent, because we was on tour, he like, yo, G's, I spent all that tour money, G's, on Pop, a bucket. Whatever he did, brought another Porsche, BMW, like, yo, Pop, G's, you said a closed mouth don't get fed, G's, I'm Pop, G's, I'm hurting.
It's a fact.
And when I told him, I said, yo, go get 25 grand from the bank tomorrow. He like, oh, yo, what's up with that Wrangler truck? I'm like, I left that shit in Brooklyn. I don't even want that shit. I don't even know what block it's on. Matter of fact, it's by the car shop where I got the Maserati from. He like, you let me get that, G's? I'm like, go take it. You probably got to get a new key. He like, oh, I'm going to go get that tomorrow, G's. You different, G's. And we all know the rest of the story.
Why do you think that people have this misconception of what happened? Why do you think even her? Why do you think that? Where did that come from?
Nobody likes to hear the truth.
Because we were there. Bino get mad all the time. And he gets offended. And he was one of the people that called me. He was like, that's not true. They think that, what they think is that Stack asked you, he told you he wanted to leave. They said that Stack told you he wanted to leave, he wanted to move, and you didn't move him out. But that's not true.
You want to hear that story? All right, for Stacks and them, I was about to buy Stacks, the kid Max and Melly, a whole brownstone in New Jersey. None of them.
He straight up called Jay-Z a hater, saying he never helps anyone win, doesn't put people on, and only looks out for himself. Then came the bomb. Yayo took a direct shot at Bleek, saying, "Look at Memphis Bleek. He not shining, he not winning. Jay-Z don't take care of him like 50 takes care of me." That one line blew everything up like fireworks.
Between me and other niggas, right? Stack Bundles, one of my favorite rappers in the world.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
Stack
peace.
Bundles.
Riot Squad.
Rest in peace.
Far Rock, you
Yep.
understand? Jim Jones, he had Stack Bundles, he had Max B. I looked at it like, great. You know, Stack Bundles who had a portion was still in the hood. No disrespect to Jim Jones. Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk out that barefoot. I look at the socks and look at it.
Get the
See,
socks.
that's when a nigga love you, nigga. You can get the socks, nigga. Sneakers Dior, nigga. But I'm walking out there barefoot. That's when you know a nigga love you, boy. Cause he making sure you don't get your shit split. Cause you go back to 134, anywhere, Baisley, right, Brooklyn, phew, shit get split. Once I got shit, nigga shot my shit up. Bentleys and all that. Y'all can get that sneaker, just toss that over there. My shit's official. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look, but nigga put me in position. Rest in peace of Stack, but Stack got killed in the project with a Porsche.
Yeah.
Nigga, come on, nigga, I'm from the hood, nigga. Y'all niggas thought, nigga, I done been around the Black Justice and seen the Preems and all that.
But let's be real. Arguing about who's got the better sugar daddy is wild. That's not how real ones move. Real talk, you can't eat off another man's plate forever, because when he stops serving, your people starve. This whole 50 takes care of me more than Jay takes care of Bleek energy, that's clown behavior. Real men handle their own grind, stand tall, and hustle without comparing who's feeding who. If your homie helps you out, cool, respect that. But bragging about who spoils you more, that's straight embarrassing. That's a weird flex, no doubt about it. Yayo's whole angle was trying to paint Jay-Z as selfish, saying he only moves for himself. But the way it came out,
I was not about to waste my money, and that was what I offered them. I went shopping for the shit and all that type of shit.
Yeah, we remember that,
You know what I
right, Bass? You remember that? Shout out to Bass. I remember
You know
the
what I mean?
conversation.
And I'm like, yo, you bugging. You want to, like, yo, you can go to the hood every day, but you're going to be living in Jersey. Like, you're going to be living better than, like, you heard? And you don't have to worry about paying for no rent or nothing like that. I'm just trying to get you niggas out the hood. Melly, too. Melly ended up getting shot, right? Like none of these would listen, and everything that happened that you know can happen in the hood end up happening and shit like that. You know what I mean? But everything to try to protect them for what I know could have happened to them, I tried. You heard? From getting all of these cars to getting all these everything. You can imagine everything. Private jets, Miami, hundreds of thousands in one weekend, 2 tall buses at Atlanta. Like, cannot front on how I had my boys moving. And I'm only talking about this because you was there. And you and Stacks were best friends. Were Bino, couple others and shit like that. Other than I don't even talk to people about Stacks and what went on. But we was sending out. This was not on our level when we was moving. And
it sounded more like a brag about who's getting taken care of. That's a strange hill to die on, especially when the whole culture preaches independence and pride. People weren't feeling that one bit. So when Memphis Bleek hit Drink Champs, he wasn't about to let that slide. He had to step up and clear the air once and for all. Bleek made it crystal clear. There was never any deep beef between him and Yayo before. They'd been around each other, maybe even worked together a few times. But after those shots, the whole vibe flipped instantly. Now there's tension in the air. Not an all-out war, but definitely bad blood bubbling underneath. You could hear it in Bleek's tone, calm but firm. He's not out here to start drama, but he's also not letting anybody play with his name, period. He basically said, look, we all want to leave the hood behind, but don't mistake peace for weakness. Then Jim Jones jumped in, and that's when things got even hotter. Even if he didn't say it word for word, Bleek basically sent the message loud and clear. Forget Tony Yayo. Straight up. But here's the twist. Tony Yayo's always been that dude who calls people out for not taking care of their crew. That same loud, raw, keep it real or don't speak at all attitude, that's exactly what lit this new fire. And just like that, it brought back memories of those wild G Unit versus Dipset days. 50 Cent, Cameron, Jim Jones. The mid-2000s were pure chaos, full of diss tracks, street tension, and straight-up ego wars. The culture was watching every move like it was a live movie. Most people thought that old G Unit and Dipset drama was real and buried by now, right? Wrong. Over the past couple years, Tony Yayo and Jim Jones have been quietly throwing shots again. And this time, it's way deeper than music. This one got personal. When Tony Yayo sat down with Math Hoffa on My Expert Opinion, he dropped a straight-up bomb that shook hip-hop to its core. Yayo claimed Jim Jones left Stack Bundles in the hood to die. Yeah, he said that, clear as day. And you could feel the weight in his voice.
I want to say this. The problem is, when she was on the show, she had said that she had heard about you wasn't giving Stack money, but people don't know that when Stack asked you for the bread, you were going to the bank. I think the bank was closed. Something happened, because me and Bino talked about it. I remember being there, and you was going to give him.
He wasn't just talking, he was hurt, emotional, and serious. Yayo said, "This the difference between me and other dudes, right? Stack Bundles, one of my favorite rappers in the world. Rest in peace, rest in squad, rest in peace, Far Rock. You understand? Jim Jones, he had Stack Bundles, he had Max B. I looked at it like, great." He explained how Stack was still in the same hood even after his buzz blew up. Same corners, same danger, same cycle. Then Yayo flipped it and started comparing how 50 Cent treated him differently. "No disrespect to Jim Jones," he said, "but Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk out there barefoot, go get socks. See, that's when a man really loves you." He was painting a whole picture: loyalty, protection, real brotherhood. He even told a wild story about getting shot at. "They lit my car up, Benz, lease and all that. Fifth pulled up, tossed me sneakers over my wrecked whip. That's official." That story hit hard, showing how far 50 went to keep his people safe. Then came the dagger. Yayo ended with, "Rest in peace, Stack." But Stack got slayed in the projects with a Porsche. That one line sliced deep. It painted a sad picture of a talented rapper stuck in the same dangerous place he was trying to escape while his boss was living comfy somewhere far away. Fans split instantly. Some said Yayo was just keeping it real, showing what loyalty should look like in this game. Others thought he crossed the line, using a tragedy to take a shot at Jim. But one thing's for sure. That interview reignited a fire nobody saw coming. According to Yayo, Jim Jones didn't look out for Stack Bundles the way a real leader should have. And that neglect, that cold distance, might have played a part in how everything ended. That's a heavy claim, not some petty gossip, but a shot that cuts deep into the legacy of two men who once called each other brothers in this game. If you don't know who Stack Bundles was, let's break it down real quick. Stack wasn't just another rapper. He was Jim's day one, a real talent straight out of Far Rockaway, Queens, with charisma, swagger, and bars that could light up any stage.
A lot of, me from the hood, so people look at Bleek and don't understand the business he's doing, and they always look at Jay like, oh, yeah.
But
that's why,
that's why you got like Yayo talking about, Jay don't take care of I don't need Jay to go on tour.
Yo, smoke hard coke,
Yo, chill. Yo, chill.
You look like you need to be taken care of. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo.
You do need
You
that
might
help.
need
That's
2
why-
ounces, nigga.
That's why
Paid
you
in full
looking to
movie,
see-
nigga. I got a G for every bump in your face, nigga. I promise you that, nigga.
That's
I
a
promise
fact.
you that, nigga.
That's why he worried about
Peon, you broke, nigga. You know
See?
I got it, nigga. What's
Don't-
up? The
Ain't
bag is
nobody-
up. The both side.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Flea, where the both sides, Flea?
Let me finish that off. Ain't nobody taking care of over here, B. Yo, nah, you good, my nigga. I fucking love it. They deserve it. They need to hear this shit, man, because they bugging out here. All these niggas worrying about who taking care of who. We take care of we. Ain't no
100%,
who
nigga.
take care of who, nigga. You know who doing it. We live.
Us,
We getting
the
money.
gangway, nigga. We take
You
care
feel
of
me?
everybody, nigga. We take care of each other, nigga.
That's a
heard?
fact, my G. But linking back up with you, Jim, we missed out on a
Nah,
lot
this
of
is dope.
opportunity, bro. But we ain't gonna miss it out going forward.
Nah,
we need to
man.
put some.
Jim Jones took him under his wing, signed him, brought him on tour, and showed him the ropes of the industry. On paper, it looked like a solid bond, big bro and little bro chasing the dream together. But even with all that, whispers never stopped. People been saying for years that maybe Jim didn't do enough, that if Stack had been pulled out the hood sooner, his story might have gone a whole different way. See, Stack Bundles lost his life right in the same neighborhood he grew up in. The same streets that gave him his style ended up taking him away. That pain still echoes through hip-hop today. The tragic part? Stack never left the hood, and that's where things get messy. Some folks swear Jim could have done more to protect him, to push him out. Others say that's not fair, because sometimes, no matter how much you try to help someone, they just won't leave their comfort zone. It's real. You can hand someone the plan, give them the tools, even invest in their dream. But if they don't take that step, you can't force it. It's painful when you want success for someone more than they want it for themselves. That might have been the dynamic between Jim and Stack. Love, loyalty, and frustration all tangled up. But the streets didn't care about all that emotion. Critics came for Jim hard, accusing him of taking Stack's whole swag, the way he dressed, talked, and moved, and then running with it. And honestly, Stack Bundles was that guy. If life hadn't been cut short, he could have been front row at Paris Fashion Week, chilling next to ASAP Rocky, with the same effortless fly energy. That's how ahead of his time Stack Bundles really was. Pure style, pure confidence, pure New York energy. He had that rare mix of swagger and substance that made people pay attention. But when whispers started flying that Jim Jones stole the sauce and left Stack behind, the tension turned ugly, fast. Jim, though, has always stood firm on his side of the story.
Everything y'all niggas do, I don't do. I do the other thing. Everything y'all niggas go across the street that way, I'm going up. Holla at your boy. I do other things, man. I don't do what y'all niggas do. I don't do what niggas do. I don't watch niggas' money. I don't care. I just do what I do.
He's denied every single accusation. Said he did everything he could to help Stack. According to Jim, he gave him money, opened doors, took him on tours, gave him a real shot, but Stack just wouldn't let go of the streets. And that's what Jim says hurt the most. Not that he didn't care, but that he couldn't save him. Every time Stack's name comes up, you can see the shift in Jim's face. His voice tightens, the pain shows. That loss still hits him deep. Whether people talk about that alleged $25,000, the GWA situation, or whatever rumor the internet throws around, one thing's crystal clear. Jim takes anything tied to Stack straight to heart. So when Tony Yayo started speaking on it publicly, Jim took that as straight-up disrespect. This wasn't just another rapper running his mouth. It was someone turning a real tragedy into content. So when Jim sat down with Memphis Bleek and Yayo's name got mentioned, everything changed quick. Bleek tried to keep the peace, play mediator, keep it professional. But Jim wasn't holding back that day. He let it all out. No filters, no sugarcoating, just raw emotion. He snapped and made it known. He's not starving. His people ain't starving. And this whole debate about who's got the better sugar daddy is flat out ridiculous. The second those words hit the air, the energy in that room flipped instantly. You could feel that tension jump right through the screen. Jim wasn't just defending his name. He was defending the memory of someone he considered family. In that moment, that old Dipset fire came roaring back, and everyone watching could feel it. The question on everyone's mind was simple. Is this just old wounds reopening, or are we about to witness another full-blown rap war? Once Stack Bundles' name came up, Jim Jones flipped the switch and went full flex mode. He started talking heavy, bragging about his paper, his cars, his lifestyle, stacking up his wins like a scoreboard next to Tony Yayo's situation. But here's where it got wild. That wasn't even what Yayo was really saying in the first place. He never called Jim broke or questioned his success. In fact, Yayo literally said, Jim good. His point wasn't about the money, it was about the people around Jim. He was saying they don't look like they're winning the same way, that they don't seem to be eating like their leader. And honestly, if Jim had focused on that message instead of taking it like a personal shot, maybe the whole situation would have gone a different direction. But Jim wasn't hearing none of that. He was in full defense mode. Eyes locked, voice sharp. Harlem pride on 10. You could see it. He felt disrespected, like Yayo was trying to clown him in front of the world. And one thing about Jim, he don't let nobody play with him or his circle. That's a line you just don't cross. He fired back with heat, saying, ain't nobody feeding me, I built this from the ground up. He made it clear he's not living off nobody's plate. Not Jay-Z's, not 50 Cent's, nobody's. That was Jim standing on business, letting everybody know he carved his own lane with his own grind. But instead of cooling off after that, Jim doubled down. He flipped the whole script and started calling out Yayo, saying he's too tied to 50, too deep in that shadow to ever stand alone. And that's when the crowd realized this wasn't just an argument anymore. This was pride versus perception, loyalty versus independence, and neither man was backing down. That's when the whole vibe flipped. The convo stopped being a discussion and turned straight into tension. You could feel it through the screen. The air in that studio got thick like smoke. Memphis Bleek tried to keep things calm, tossing in little comments to cool it down. But Jim, he was gone. Emotions had taken the wheel, and it was clear this wasn't just about Tony Yayo anymore. This was years of frustration boiling over. All the comparisons, all the slick talk, all the whispers about him not taking care of his people. Jim had hit his limit. He was done letting folks drag his name through the dirt, so he snapped, saying he's rich, he's solid, he's self-made. He started flexing heavy, talking cars, chains, numbers, lifestyle. But deep down, everybody knew that wasn't the real issue. Because this beef, it was never really about money. It was about respect. And Tony Yayo, he wasn't backing down either, not even a little bit. Instead of hopping online and ranting, Yayo hit back with one of the coldest, most silent moves possible. He posted Max B, Jim's longtime rival, on his Instagram story. No words, no captions, just the picture. That single move said everything. The internet lost its mind instantly. Timelines flooded with reactions, reposts, and wild theories. Some said Yayo was being petty, others said it was chess, not checkers. But either way, that post split the culture right down the middle. Jim's fans stood firm, saying he earned everything he's got through blood, sweat, and hustle, while Yayo's supporters claimed he just exposed the truth nobody wanted to admit. That post was like throwing gasoline on an open flame, and it blew up the internet. People were arguing all night, dissecting every frame, every caption that wasn't there. And when Yayo dropped that Max B post, everyone knew Jim wasn't gonna let that slide. No chance. You could feel the tension through your phone screen. Max B has always been a sensitive wound for Jim. That fallout between them still cuts deep to this day. So, seeing Yayo use that name, that image, right in the middle of all this, that was the ultimate trigger. And from that point on, things went from messy to explosive. So when Tony Yayo brought Max B into it, that wasn't just trolling. That was a trigger. Jim fired back immediately, no hesitation. He went live, puffing his chest out, talking his talk with that Harlem energy, claiming Yayo's just been using his name to stay relevant. He said straight up, "Don't play with me. I've been outside for real." Jim made sure everybody watching knew he's not the one to test. You could tell the disrespect hit deep. Not just because of the Max B post, but because of how the internet started running wild with Yayo's narrative. Suddenly, the whole culture split right down the middle. It was Dipset versus G-Unit all over again. Comment sections turned into full-blown war zones. Some people shouting, "Jim's still the capo," while others clapped back with, "Yayo keeping it real." It turned into chaos overnight. Even the OGs from both camps couldn't resist jumping in. Old heads started posting cryptic quotes and vintage clips, like they were warming up for another round of that 2000 S-era beef energy. The timeline was on fire, everyone picking sides, dissecting every post like detectives. But here's the crazy part. Behind all the noise, there was still a little truth buried in what Yayo was trying to say. His message wasn't about flexing or trying to embarrass Jim. It was about leadership. He was saying the people around you reflect the way you move. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of being rich if your team's still struggling? That line hit fans hard because it was real talk. The kind nobody wants to admit out loud. But Jim wasn't trying to hear none of that. He doubled down, standing tall on his image, reminding everyone his team's good, his money's right, and nobody in his camp is starving. He listed it off proudly, Bird Gang, the Lobby Boys, saying he's been putting people on for decades and he's still creating opportunities today. Jim wanted the world to know he's not just surviving in this game. He's still feeding the movement. Jim made it clear, He's not about to let anyone rewrite his legacy. He's standing firm, chest out, daring anyone to question what he's built. Meanwhile, Tony Yayo kept the pressure going with that subtle shade, dropping cryptic lines, laughing emojis, and reposting old clips of 50 Cent talking about loyalty. It was like he was saying, "See? This is what real brotherhood looks like. And that right there, that hit Jim where it hurts." Because no matter what people say, that bond between 50 and Yayo runs deep. They've been rocking together for decades, through label drama, street issues, and everything in between. Yayo's loyalty to 50 is unshakable. And that comparison made Jim look like the one whose circle ain't as tight. But behind all the trolling, there's something way deeper going on. Ego, loyalty, and pride all colliding in real time. Jim's fighting to protect his image and his crew's reputation, while Yayo's standing on his truth, refusing to back down. This ain't just rap beef anymore. It's about legacy, about who really lives what they rap about, and who's just performing for the cameras. Social media, of course, poured gasoline on it. Memes everywhere, edits popping up showing old Dipset verses. G-Unit moments side by side, interviews, throwback footage, and sound bites all being dissected like it's a championship fight. Comment sections turned into battle arenas, with fans debating who's realer, who's richer, and who's really still got that respect in the streets. Even DJ Academics jumped into the mix, saying this might be the most entertaining old-school beef hip-hop's seen in years. And he might be right, because through all the noise and nostalgia, one thing's clear: this story ain't over yet. Both Jim and Yayo got pride, both got loyal fan bases ready to ride for them, and both got too much to lose if they fold. The only question now, will they keep it on wax, or is this tension gonna spill off the mic? Because if it does, the streets are gonna be locked in, watching every post, every live, every move they make. One wrong word could spark a whole new chapter in the G-Unit versus Dipset saga. Thanks for watching till the end. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one.